Yeah, guys, so let's talk about preparing your FBA shipment. Very, very important lesson. So this lesson precedes your shipping, okay? By now, for those who are ready to do shipping, you should have at least made your orders, manufacturing has been done, you're just ready to do shipping, okay? So I will need to walk you through step by step how to create the shipment within Silla Central, okay? How it is done. The good thing, once you've mastered the first cycle, that's it. You will be doing shipping all the time, every month, okay? You'll be creating those processes within Silla Central every month, like I do. At least I do it once a month, okay? Because at my level right now, I send inventory once a month, and I use air. Okay, and last time we talked about the different timelines with regards to shipping via air and via sea, so that should be dependent on you. All right. So at this stage here, guys, we should have at least have communicated with the suppliers, finalized and everything, done all the negotiations, and now we're at the final stages of just about to do shipping. Okay. And like I've said, I'm going to walk you guys step by step on how to create your first FBA shipment within Seller Central. Get the FBA FNSKU labels and send them to suppliers so that they can print them on your cartons. Okay. Now, so in this lesson, I want us to focus on preparing your first FBA shipment, which is very important. Okay, so what we're going to cover, what an FBA shipment is, the different FBA shipping scenarios, how the FBA shipping process works, the difference between products, shipping, and FNSKU labels, what you need to create your FBA shipment, very important, and then special product preparation work, because some of the products you might be having, they might be requiring preparations, okay, and you need to know what type of preparation is required. Okay, guys, so let's continue. So what an FBA shipment is. An FBA shipment is created by you inside of Seller Central in order to tell Amazon what products you are sending in to sell. Okay. Not only does this tell Amazon exactly what you're sending in, it also allows Amazon to tell you where to send them. And you're going to see that within Seller Central. Okay. And the good thing, I'm going to walk you step by step, and you will be able to do this without making any mistake. So to make sure your customers get your products as quickly as possible, Amazon will most likely have you ship your products to multiple warehouses. All right. Now, an FBA shipment is separate from the importing process, and you must first work out how your products are being imported before creating an FBA shipment. And that's the beauty of this. Okay. Now, the different FBA shipping scenarios. Scenario 1, supplier is in the same country that you're selling in. So preferred shipping process, create an FBA shipping and have your product sent straight from your supplier to Amazon. Scenario 2, supplier is outside of the country you're selling in. Preferred shipping process involves 2 steps. Number 1, have your products imported to your home, your family in America, or a forwarding service, your freight forwarders, warehouse, and inspection service. Okay. Now, step 2, create an FBA shipment and ship your products to Amazon. So, alternative shipping process, have your products shipped straight from your supplier to Amazon. But that is normally, like I've been telling you, we're going to do that later after you have built a strong relationship with the suppliers, okay, and they know what they're doing. So for starters, I strongly recommend we don't focus on this. Okay. Now, how the FBA shipping process works. First of all, you gather all the necessary information, which you're going to learn actually in the next lesson. Okay. You enter all that information in Seller Central using the send replenish inventory option. You're going to see this step by step how it is created. Very awesome. Okay. So Amazon provides you with the necessary shipping labels to print out and attach to your inventory. So if using our suggested methods, these labels will include UPS or FedEx shipping labels, which you're going to see. The products are picked up and delivered to Amazon. So very important. Amazon usually requires you to send your products to 3 different warehouses, and you will not know which ones until you are ready to ship. That is when Amazon will tell you, ship this to Dallas, Texas, ship this to San Francisco, ship this to Arizona. Okay, and you won't be able to choose. It will just give you options. And the reason they do that, guys, is because they want to distribute your units to be able to cover all the customers in America who will be making the orders. Because America is a big country, all right? So this is another reason we suggest using a freight forwarder. They can handle this easily. If you're not using a freight forwarder, be sure your supplier knows that you will be splitting the shipment up and sending it to multiple locations. Okay. Product, shipping, and FNSKU labels. So it can be a bit confusing talking about the various labels involved in manufacturing and shipping private label products. Now let's talk about product labels. If your product comes in a bottle or a bag, chances are that you will have a label on it that contains the product name, instructions, UPC barcode, and other information about the product on it. Okay. Now shipping labels, when your products are being shipped to Amazon, the cartons that they come in will need to have shipping labels on them. Okay. These identify to Amazon what products are inside and are created inside of Seller Central when setting up an FBA shipment. We're going to cover that step by step and you will see how it's done. When using our preferred methods for shipping, these shipping labels will print out along with the UPS FedEx shipping label. Okay. Now let's continue. FNSKU labels. These barcode stickers are unique only to Amazon. Okay. And they're placed on each product and must cover up the UPC barcode on the product. So don't be confused. Okay. You tell Amazon that you're going to use these types of labels when setting up your listing for FBA and choosing Amazon barcodes. We're going to see how that is done step by step. They can be generated during the FBA shipment creation process or at any time from the Manage Inventory screen. Okay, so they can be put on by your supplier, your inspection forwarding service, or even by yourself or family prior to shipping to Amazon. Okay, can be optional if you decide to just use your manufacturer barcodes when setting up your product for FBA, but we recommend selecting Amazon barcodes. All right, and this is when you'll be charged that 0.2 cents. Okay, now this is still a continuation. Some sellers decide to include them directly on the packaging, but we do not recommend that when starting out. The easiest option is to use Amazon's labeling service to have these applied for 2 cents each, which we will show you. So why do we tell you to have a UPC on your product if we are only going to cover it up with the Amazon FNSKU label? Because the FNSKU label is specific to each Amazon marketplace, and should you ever decide to sell elsewhere, you will need the UPC on your product. So FNSKU normally stands for fulfillment network stickers, something I forget. Okay, but you don't need to cram it. Just know that it's just FNSKU. Okay, now let's talk about shipping marks. Very important. Suppliers sometimes ask what you want for your shipping marks. So shipping marks are simply what you want printed on the cartons, each on the cases or on your boxes, okay, that your products will be shipped in. It helps tell everyone, your supplier, your freight forwarder, your warehouse, etc., customs guys, what's inside of each carton just by a glance. So you typically want your product name, quantity, weight and dimensions of carton, number of cartons in the entire shipment, and country that is been manufactured in. So if your supplier hasn't asked you this, you can just go ahead and just even ask them about the shipping marks. You can tell them like, can we have shipping marks on my cartons? Okay, because normally it helps a lot. This is an example. So look at this box here. This is a carton that has a shipping mark. You see that red? I've highlighted it in red. It says Wahoo Fitness. Wahoo. 1 Kicker Power Trainer. That's the product name. Wahoo Fitness 1 Kicker Power Trainer. Then it's like part. You have the part. It's a code. Okay, and then we have carton number. So it could be carton number 4 out of 20. Maybe you're buying 20 cartons. Okay, and each of these cartons have the units in the cartons. I hope you're getting it. So it can be carton number 4 out of, so they're going to be like 4 slash 20, 4 out of 20, right? Then you'll have the weight, 28 kgs. Each carton is 28 kgs, okay? And then sometimes you can even have the dimensions. You can even, it can be like length, width, and height. I like to have mine that way, right? And then of course the made in this case is made in Taiwan, could be made in China, made in India, all right? So that is a shipping mark. It's important to have this on your cartons because it really helps during the custom stuff at a glance, okay? Now, what information you need? This is all you need here. The product you're shipping in, listing should already be created. So if you haven't done listing, guys, just go back to the basics of creating listings, and then of course you'll be able to create it. And of course you must have the GS1 GTIN codes, the UPC codes, before you create listings, okay? So I know we've been stalling, but I think right now we really are ready to move things and really move fast, okay? Now, the total number of units you are sending in. Definitely, of course, you will have the units. If you bought 1,000 units, you will know the packaging dimensions for each product, length, width, and height, okay, and even weight. This is very important because you're going to use this in Seller Central. Okay. Now the number, if you, of course, if you know these things, you will get from your supplier. They're the ones manufacturing your products, so they will need to tell you all these things. Okay, so do not worry, but you must have them. The number of units that come in a box, in one box or carton, like what I've shown you here. So you must know that this one carton, how many units are in this carton. So this one carton can contain 10 units and you're buying 20 cartons, okay? It could contain 20, 50, 100, all right? Now, the weight of each box or carton, you have to know the weight. Like this example here, this is 28 kgs, all right? So I'm showing you guys because we have to be in this order. You have to follow the order and follow the slides and make sure you have this information. Let's do this before we do shipping, okay? Now the address they are being shipped from. You're going to input that address in the central. Could be from your freight forwarders if you're doing it domestically, or of course from China, from your manufacturer's warehouses addresses, okay, in China. Okay, so like here, made in Taiwan, but the address has to be a little bit detailed, okay? Now, any special prep requirements for your products. So let's talk about the special product prep work, what it's all about. So some products on Amazon require certain types of preparations, such as poly bags, suffocation warnings, expiration dates, and all that, okay? This is important. And the good thing is suppliers and your inspection services guys will be able to help you out with all this, okay? So this prep work should be done prior to sending to Amazon by your supplier or inspection service. Or you also have the option of having Amazon do some type of prep work, but that's going to be at a fee, okay? So almost all suppliers are aware of any necessary preparations, but you should still research Amazon's requirements to see if any prep work is required. So to do that, just simply go to Seller Central, help menu, and then look for packaging and prep requirements to see which products require prep and if Amazon can do that prep for you. Okay, but basically to reduce, just not to stress yourself, you just talk to your suppliers and liaise with them, collaborate with them with regards to any prep work that is required. Okay, so inspection and forwarding services can usually do any necessary product prep for you if requested. Okay, now so to do for this lesson, guys, I want you to have the PDF, which also breaks it down and ensures that you've understood what you must have before doing shipping. So let's prepare your FBA shipment for those who are ready to do shipping. Very happy for you. Okay, and then obtain all the requirements in this lesson before doing shipment. Extremely important. Then have your codes from GS1 ready. Basically, in our case here in Kenya, we're going to be given something called the GTIN. So I want us to have them ready, and then I'm going to walk you step by step in these coming weeks because we're going to cover a lot. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video there, and then we're going to be continuing talking. Okay, So I'm gonna walk you step by step during the creating the I'm gonna walk you throughout the whole setting up of the shipment labels, setting up of the shipment process within Seller Central. Okay, and that means that we're going